The Bold Dreamer Goes Unfiltered, a high school story. Her 50,000 followers. Veda was Bold Dreamer. She was the girl who had a caption for every crisis and a filter for every flaw. In front of her ring light stood her 50,000 followers. Veda was. She was a statue of certainty, radiating a confidence that seemed to defy the gravity of high school. But as the camera clicked off, the glow didn't follow her into the shadows of her room. Behind the screen, Veda felt like a mosaic with missing pieces. She spent hours analyzing engagement graphs and scrolling through comments that praised her perfect life. The more they cheered for the dreamer, the more the real Veda felt like a ghost haunting her own brand. What happens if I stop being bold? She wondered. Who is left when the battery dies? At school, the persona was a heavy coat she couldn't take off. In the crowded hallways, students whispered as she passed, pointing out the girl from the videos. Veda kept her chin high and her stride purposeful, performing the role of the girl who had it all figured out. Inside, her thoughts were a tangled web of what-ifs and not-enoughs. She retreated to the media lab during lunch, seeking the comfort of editing software. The room was quiet, smelling of dust and warm electronics. Silas was there, hunched over a soundboard. He was the only person who didn't look at Veda like she was a celebrity. He looked at her like she was a puzzle he hadn't solved yet. Veda tried to ignore him, but her hands were shaking as she tried to cut a clip. The mouse clicked frantically, a mechanical heartbeat of her rising panic. Silas stood up and walked over, leaning against the edge of her desk. "The dreamer looks like she's about to crash," he said quietly. Veda stiffened, her defensive walls snapping into place. "It's just a glitch in the software, Silas," Veda snapped, turning back to the monitor. Fine. I have a schedule to keep." But the cursor stayed still. The weight of being bold was becoming a physical burden. She felt the sudden, terrifying urge to let the mask slip, even if it meant showing the mess underneath. Silas didn't back away. He pulled up a rolling stool and sat beside her. "I spent 3 years trying to be the invisible kid so nobody would ask why I stopped playing piano," he shared, his voice low. "I thought if I didn't have a label, I couldn't fail. But hiding is just another way of being trapped." Veda finally let go of the mouse. "I don't know who I am without the dreamer," she confessed, the words feeling like stones falling from her mouth. "I'm terrified that if I show the confusion, the whole world will just scroll past." They sat in the hum of the lab, where teen problems meet real conversations, and Veda's filters finally failed. That evening, Veda sat in front of her camera. She didn't turn on the ring light. She didn't put on the bold persona. She just spoke. The next day at school, she walked down the hall with Silas, her heart still racing, but her smile was real. The dreamer finally woke up to the truth.